Warning, this is an advanced technique and you should only try it after you have coordinated with your dispatcher to let them know what you're doing. All right. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how when the Flex app is messing up or you make a delivery, one of the drivers asks, how do you handle when drivers are making a delivery? They scan the package, took the photo, swipe to finish, and as the next stop comes up in queue, you get a red error message, no network connectivity. And at the bottom of the screen, it says try again. Sometimes it reconnects and sometimes it doesn't. And other steps have to be taken, such as logging out and logging back in and restarting the phone. But no matter which method is used to establish reconnection, the delivery or deliveries that just were completed have repopulated on the itinerary. And no one's trying to go back to rescan and rephotograph a package, especially if it's on the third floor delivery on a multi-location delivery. I noticed this because the phone arbitrarily hopped on a customer's network or whomever's network. I feel you, okay? And the old school drivers that have been around for a long time know a little trick that I'm going to show you in this video. However, okay, that problem where when you swipe to finish and it doesn't record that you made that delivery, it's a network connectivity issue. So when you hit I've arrived and you're on the stop and you take the photo and then you swipe to finish, that's supposed to be a package, okay? A little packet of data with, line items in it that sends it up to the server, and then it'll notify customers they got their package, etc. All right. Well, what happens when it tries to send the package repeatedly and then it doesn't have any network connection or the packets don't transfer over properly? Well, that's actually a simple explanation. It stops trying. And then when you do reestablish connection, it, instead of going, hey, the data on my phone is more current than the data on the server, well, the data on the server is going to overwrite the data on the phone. And that's why the thing that you just did got deleted. Yes, that's ridiculous, right? If you notice a pattern of you being in areas like this, it's a good idea to let your dispatcher know, hey, I'm going to go dark for a little bit, which means you're not going to see my progress. But as soon as I get back to a better cell signal, I'm going to upload my work, okay, the stops that I've completed, okay? This is called airplane mode, or in our circumstance, I called it mobile data disable. What this allows you to do is tell the Flex app, hey, stop trying to connect to the internet. I don't have any internet, or the internet's not working very well. When you set the phone into this mode, they cannot see what you're doing. Now they can track you still. They can see where you're at, where your van's at, for geotab and things like that. But it's very important that you handle this professionally. And also you don't turn it back on until you are 100% certain that you are in an area that has cell phone reception or you are actually connected to a Wi-Fi. Just because you can detect Wi-Fi networks nearby does not mean that you're connected to a Wi-Fi, okay? The phone tries to get your location constantly. It's a function called get location in the API programming for here.wego mapping service. When it can't get GPS with 3 satellites, it then looks for cell phone triangulation. When it can't get cell phone triangulation, it looks for Wi-Fi signals or Bluetooth or, any other technology for the Broadcom communications chip to be able to pinpoint your location or at least approximate your location. Now, another driver asked, what happens to you when you're clearly inside the pin, but your blue dot is off? Disable your location. So swipe down from the top or go into settings, turn off location and turn it back on. Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to demonstrate for you on a Samsung phone how to disable the mobile data. Do not be unprofessional about this. Okay. Or turn your mobile data off and then turn your mobile data back on and make sure that you update your dispatcher. Maybe on a secondary device or messaging, you have to be able to message your dispatcher. I'm going to show you 2 different ways in this video. One is called airplane mode, and that's the one I prefer that you use. However, airplane mode turns off all communication except the Bluetooth. Flex app will not work without Bluetooth on. That could cause a problem for get location because if your GPS is off and your Wi-Fi is off, it can't ping off of somebody's Wi-Fi router in their house to approximate your location. Typically, it's within about 30 feet. That helps in the circle. Trust me. It's not perfect, but it helps. The The other method is called mobile data disable, and we can actually set the phone in this mode when you're getting the try again. Okay. These are advanced techniques, and I only want you to use them when you're in a known area or your phone is just not cooperating. You keep getting try again. Every stop you do, it deletes. Now, if you spend all day with your data off irresponsibly, okay, or you had no choice, do not turn it back on until you are 100% in a network area, meaning you have 5 bars or 4 bars, maybe back toward the city if you're out in a rural area, or you're outside of the main city where you're having problems downtown.
All right, I'm going to show you how when the Flex app messes up, no matter where you are, no matter what kind of data you have, I'm going to show you how to override if it's failing you, okay? So let's say the Flex app is just loading or it has just a white screen. We're going to simulate that right now, and we are on a Samsung phone, which is a little bit different. So what you do is you swipe all open apps closed. So we have no open apps. The next thing that you want to do on a Samsung phone is you want to go to settings and then go to connections. In connections, you want to go to mobile networks. This is the mobile data button. This is different than airplane mode. When you hit airplane mode, it also tells you that you have to turn on your Bluetooth, and we don't want to do that because we're trying to trick the Flex app into doing what we want it to do. And what we want it to do is we want the Flex app to load without connecting to the network, because that is what is causing the problem. So we have that ready to go right here for the mobile data. When you launch the Flex app from a fresh, clean launch, it's going to have an orange loading screen. You're going to immediately turn off the mobile data and watch the behavior of how fast the Flex app loads. That is a manual override. Flex app is not trying to connect to the network. If you hit start travel, notice how it doesn't say searching for network connection up here? We're not done yet. We have to go to menu and current stop. That is the most critical step after you force load the Flex app. So we go to menu, current stop. Now, as you can see, we do not have the data on. The Flex app is going to operate without connecting to the network, and that is how you override the Flex app launch. So anytime you're going to turn the data off, you want to go to menu, current stop. Look at how fast it's loading. It's amazing, because in the morning, the Flex app downloads everything from your route right to this phone, and you do not need the internet. The problem is that often we don't know how to access that feature, and I just showed you how to do it.
All right, here's another really great tip. If you're having internet connectivity issues, believe it or not, the app doesn't need the internet to work once you've already picked up all your packages. All you have to do is swipe down again, swipe left, click on airplane mode. See that? Turn it on. Okay. Hit the back button. Okay. Hit back again. And now it says Bluetooth disabled. That's okay. Go to device settings. Turn the Bluetooth on. Wait for it. Boom, there it is. And now the app will work on airplane mode flawlessly with no delay. Now remember, you have to let your dispatcher know that you're going dark, you're going to be on airplane mode, and you should update them about every 30 minutes to an hour. And if the app's working okay with the internet, then use it without airplane mode. But if you're in a place like really far out there in the sticks that doesn't have good internet, it's best to use airplane mode and just update your dispatcher whenever you get a chance at the top of every hour.